Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the video for Clair Obscur Expedition 33. My name is Ventus SGN. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to give you my first impressions and day one review of the all-new role-playing game Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Now, in my review videos, I tell people what's good and bad about the game without bias because I'm not being paid to say nice things about it. I'm not being paid at all, so I can give you my honest opinion. So if you like videos like this on new games, sub to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Alright, so let's start with the good. So far, I actually really like the game. I'm not super in love with it, but it's new and fresh and reminds me of games I played when I first got into RPGs back in like 1997. Now, at the making of this video, I'm like 5 or maybe 6 hours into the game, and the first thing I really like is the dodge and parry system. When you're in a fight, it's crucial to combat to learn the timings of enemy attacks, normal enemies, elite enemies, and boss enemies alike, so you can avoid or block damage and get like an automatic counter. This is good because I've really been conditioned from other games with super strict timing on parries, so it was easy for me to sort of pick this system up. I also like it because it makes the combat more active. In 2025, action RPGs sort of dominate the landscape, and being able to use your controller as much as possible in a game is literally a must. So this system provides enough of that without sending you into like a panic attack from like Elden Ring or something. Alright, so number 2 on this list is the visuals. The game looks stunning. I run it on a normal PS5 and I was blown away at how good this game really looks at literally everything. The environments are spectacular and interesting to look at. The menu screens are amazing. The combat menus are extremely animated in a way that doesn't look boring to me like I thought they were going to, but they really kind of put their effort into like the combat menu. Now, attacks and parries have colorful effects that make you want to do them more, so you can see them more and see different types of effects. I also really love how you can see the characters' facial expressions change, and it doesn't look janky like in some other games that I've played. More than once, I've thought to myself while playing this game, it's more like a movie than a game based on the drama that sort of plays out on screen through spoken and unspoken words. The characters also look perfect, like from their costume designs to their model frame dimensions. I haven't really seen anything yet about the characters that I really dislike. And they make switching the main character while exploring the map super simple with the push of an L3 button, so that's really cool. Now, the monsters that you face are so detailed. The first mini boss that I fought was this mime thing, and when I first saw it, I'm not lying to you, it really gave me the chills, because at first I didn't know if it was like a friendly or it was like an enemy because of how perfectly creepy this thing looked. Now, I don't know enough about frames and stutter to be like super nitpicky about dropped frames in certain areas, but so far everything has been pretty smooth for the most part while I play the game on quality mode without motion blur. Number 3 is the combat, man. I really like it. Every character so far can do some form of magic. That is exactly what I look for in games. Characters who can swing a sword and also deal damage through magic attacks. The main character, Gustav, is a perfect example of this. He's able to channel magic through his weapon to be a powerhouse. His overcharge ability really gives you that feeling of like power waiting to be released, because you can't use it right away. You have to let it charge so you can unleash destruction, which is such a satisfying feeling when you actually get to unleash that power on an enemy. Now, number 4 is something small, but it's still really huge to me, and it's the ability to change the character's costume appearance at will. I wanted this so much for Final Fantasy VII Remake and other RPG games because I want to make the character look the way that I want them through costumes. I don't always want to look at the same thing, and it's nice to have a little mini game in the game of finding different outfits for them to wear that might make them look a lot cooler. Now, there are a few more things that I really enjoy about the game, but I don't want to make like a 30-minute long video, so I'll move on to what sucks about this game. Alright, so the first thing that sucks about this game is that it takes way too long to get started. I get that they had to set the story up and let you get to know the characters and yada yada yada, and for the most part they did an okay job with making it as interesting as possible, with giving you a few options to do combat in the beginning just to get used to it before being tossed into the real main of the game. But I feel like it wasn't enough, and the real game should have started a lot sooner. Second thing that I think sucks about this game is that they seem to give you a lot of cutscenes, which isn't really that bad, but more than once did I feel like this game is more cutscene than game, and that's just in like the first 3 to 4, maybe 5 hours. The third thing that I really don't like about this game is that it's too linear, and I knew it was going to be linear going into it, but I do like a little bit more freedom when exploring and doing quests, but so far I've just been really moving in a straight line, so to speak, and every like off the beaten path that I've taken just leads me to an item and then a dead end. I have finally given up hope at finding any alternate routes that I would have missed something amazing. Now, that's not to say there aren't any like secrets that you could easily miss if you're not looking for it, because if I wasn't as determined as I am to find literally everything, I would have missed several items and weapons that are not on like the main path. The fourth one is kind of a big thing to me, and it's the lack of a micro map and named save points. Now, as a content creator, I want to be able to make videos and tell people to use this save point that has a name so I can easily tell you where something is in the game. And so far, these save points that I've seen, they don't have like names. Though there is an option to fast travel to different areas, so I'm hoping sometimes in the near future when the game progresses a little bit more, there are going to be more map options with named save points. Now, number 5 is something that I haven't really experienced yet, but I can tell will be maybe a hassle in the future, and that's picking the right passive abilities because you get so many of them. As of the making of this video, I have 9 of what the game calls Luminas, which are essentially passive abilities. With this system, you have a certain amount of points that you can allocate to these passives, and each passive costs a certain amount of Lumina points. Some cost 10, some cost 1, some cost 2. I can just see though in the future, having an abundance of these is going to have me sitting at the Lumina screen trying to decide the best way to build a character for any specific given boss fight. Now, this could also be a good thing YouTube-wise, so if you're a content creator like me, you will be able to put together like build video content, or if you just like to min-max your characters, it seems like this system was made exactly for that. Each characters can use the Luminas simultaneously once they learn them, which is a good thing, but still, sitting there and trying to put the right build on each character before each boss fight might get a little bit tedious. Alright, so here again, I could go on about more that sucks, but those are like the biggest red flags that I've seen so far. Now, overall, should you get the game? If you're a kid, I'm going to say, nah, this game probably isn't going to be for kids. Thinking back to like 16-year-old me, I'd get it and play it, but only if my friends were playing it also, and we kind of hyped each other up about reaching new areas and fights and beating difficult bosses, because that's kind of what we did back then with Final Fantasy VII and Vagrant Story and Breath of Fire, that sort of thing. Now, as an adult, I do appreciate the drama of the game, and it does make me feel like I'm in a movie rather than a game, which is good to me. So for the price, it's like under $50 for the standard version, when games that are far worse than this are asking for a lot more. I'd say yeah, it's worth it, especially if you like turnstile RPGs. It has me hooked, and I really can't wait to play more, specifically to see what weapons and spells I can unlock. And in a weird way, I want to get to that boss that makes me go and grind mobs. I haven't reached that boss yet. So out of 10, I give this game a solid 8. I hear it's only like 30 hours long, so people should be able to beat it in a couple days. Alright, that's going to be it for my review. Let me know what you think of this video and of the game down in the comments. My name is Ventus, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Peace out.